SpongeBob.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Stay Hot film review live. Today we're looking at Troy Franklin. I'm Blaiden Kirk, joined as always by my two favorite co-hosts of all time, Matthew Sponauer and Theo Ash. Theo, do you want to describe kind of how we do this for those that may not be familiar?
Yes, we look at film.
That is
Of a college player, just kind of an introduction to some of these prospects as the NFL season goes on. Today we are looking at Troy Franklin. He is apparently 6'3" and 180 pounds.
Oh, boy.
So kind of a tall, light type of body. He was the number 3 wide receiver prospect in the country back in 2021, below Emeka Egbuka and Ja'Cory Brooks. And then it was him. So this is a big-time recruit. This is a 6'3" guy. So lots of, just based off that, there's a lot of potential. Although you don't have to be big.
No, as last draft cycle proved.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Size.
If you can play, you can play. I think there is one position where it doesn't matter at all, and that's running back. And in fact, I think being smaller can help you at running back. But it doesn't matter much at wide receiver if you can play. And on this first one, we have a run.
Even if
Got
it
a
wasn't
fake
pass, it was
vertical out of the slot.
Yeah.
Good cutback. I like their running back a lot. Oof. How did flip somersaulting?
Oh
What
my
kind of
God.
move is that?
Bro is lucky to still have his ACL.
Bro thinks it's the Matrix. I don't know what he was
Bro
attempting
thinks
to
he is the
do.
one.
So you get a man coverage look that is not going his way.
No.
It also ends up kind of not being man coverage at all.
No. Not a ton to take away.
No.
Not his fault.
Here's kind of that deep post really to within the design of the play. Is
That
there a
was
screen
so
that's supposed
deep.
to happen? What happens to their...
He takes 13 steps before he breaks. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think that there might be some screen miscommunication because there's one wide receiver straight up blocking in the slot to the bottom left of the 50-yard line here. He's not running a real route. No one is really booking it over the top. So it looks like guys are supposed to be
Running
almost
people off.
blocking, but then there's no screen happening. I guess eventually it just turns into the scramble drill.
Was there a running back there? Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
What does he do?
He
goes
turns
up the sideline.
upfield.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where that screen would have.
It really looked like he was just going deep, and not really. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like he was just clearing out. I mean, if there's a screen to the sideline, you'd run a deep post.
Yeah, and it looks like the other crosser's not necessarily running all out either. So I don't know what's going on. X receiver, not doing much.
Nope.
Not doing
Let's get into it,
much.
fellas.
In the slot.
A passing play.
There we go.
And
he doesn't track it.
He got separation, though.
Oh, he blew right by him.
Oh,
just
yeah,
dropped
you gotta
that.
bring that in.
Yep.
Right through his arms.
I can't quite. Yeah, does it go right through his hands or is it off his
It's like-
fingertips?
No, it looks like it goes.
I
Like,
think
through
it goes
his
through his
forearms.
hands.
Yeah.
It's like he stretched
Well,
out
I
too
think
far.
I think he tracked that perfectly fine. Well, I guess in the sense of where he was needed to be, he just didn't haul it in.
Yeah.
I guess that is tracking.
It's kind of hard to see.
Maybe the sun was
Hard.
in his eye.
I mean, he's like jogging and he blows right by this dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe the sun was in his eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like you're kind of starting to get to the edge of this shaded area. I wonder if
I think
he
it came
lost
into his
up in
eye
the
like
light.
right at the wrong time. Yeah. Because it would have
You
been
know,
like right there, you know?
Back in middle school, they used to tell us to catch the sun. So
He didn't catch the sun.
he
He
didn't,
didn't catch
the sun.
anything. This is going to be the last wide receiver breakdown, at least for a while. We'll move on to another position after this. We've been doing wide
Right.
receiver for months. Other guys.
On to wide receiver 19.
Not much happening here versus man coverage. A little button
No.
hook. They don't have much interest in going too far down the field so far. And then go to your man beater. It's open. Nick's, does it get batted?
He just doesn't put
Oh,
that anywhere.
It might get batted. This might be an insane play.
I think
by
it
the
does.
end.
I think
Maybe.
that might have ended up being behind him regardless, but
Yeah.
it's hard to tell from the camera angle.
Yeah, I'll give him my shot at ranking him after we're done here. But
You already put
albeit
out
a
a
lot
list.
of those guys, I haven't watched more than just what we've watched on here, though.
Right.
Besides the Twitter highlights when they make a play.
That might be more important than the film, just the Twitter highlights.
All right, so he's running by guys again, and this time he catches it for a huge touchdown. That's good.
When they complete the bomb. Yeah, my question
gets
is,
up
why
on
didn't the
him a little
DB
bit
just
and-
like tackle him here before he could make the catch?
Does a
Just
pretty
kinda
good
quick-
job on that release. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, pretty efficient.
well, I can tell you the speed's real.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah, it looks like he's flying.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, not much to say. No safety help. Seems like he's not quite the type that you want to leave one-on-one, perhaps. I don't understand why they're getting these prime looks with him one-on-one on the boundary with the single high safety.
I
And you're
know.
like not just letting him cook.
I know. It's a good run though.
It is a great run. That's not Hodges, is it? Hodges is number 0.
Yeah, that's not.
That guy looks exactly the same as Hodges. I will be ranking them off only the TikTok edits I see on them. You're going to love Keon Coleman.
Ranking them just based off aura.
You will not be a big fan of Emeka Egbuka, I think. Think of a... All right, where is he?
He's
Top of the
part of this
bunch.
Yeah.
So,
I think he finds a place to sit.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
releasing
perfectly fine by
vertically,
me.
that means you're on the safety. It's man coverage, and then, yeah, just
Mhm. It's
Try
just
to give the quarterback an option pass to Sticks. Nick should have been looking at him the whole time and then just try to give him a
I was about to say, did Nix
touchdown
even
after.
look left at all?
No, Nix is looking at like the stick concept and just
Yeah.
the space, like the spacing is just bad, like for any throw over there. And then it's go look to the others, and then he just starts to scramble. I'd honestly like to see him be a little bit more calm.
Yeah, that was really panicky.
Like, okay, stick knock there, and then it's just So that was a little.
lame run.
Yeah, those dumbasses.
I can't. How dare they pick
Oh.
up 30 yards on the ground?
How dare they run at the open C gap?
I don't care.
This is a nice play call.
It is.
Old tight end punting down.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good C gap defense. Believe it or not.
What, by 8?
By
No,
by anyone. Someone get in there.
I would like to see 8 maybe.
8 is
down.
the prime. 8 is the primary, I think, issue here. What the other problem is?
I'd love to know. What is the other?
18 taking a horrific angle is the other problem.
Yeah.
But 8 is what opens up that hole.
Yeah, I guess there are 2 gaps over there. I don't know. This actually might be more on 18 than 8. And just the scheme in general, you get mugged up like that with an open C gap, it's going to be difficult for anybody to get over there. Not what we're talking about. The little skinny post and then try to sneaky something in up the sideline off of that. Good throw by Bo Nix to stop the receiver with the route because there is someone under and over him. Boom.
Beautiful hole shot.
Yep.
Where you want to put it?
But not Troy Franklin.
Therefore, bad play.
Bad.
Yeah, you're trying to split those 2 safeties. Got to take I think he takes a decent angle to do that, honestly.
Yeah.
So maybe if you're Justin Herbert on steroids, maybe you can whip that thing in there between them two.
That'd be an insane throw.
Bo Nix made a better decision than that.
No.
There they are trying to give him the ball.
Gets tripped up on his own guy there. And then not much going.
Yeah.
No, he would have
He
to
doesn't
be
have
pretty. Maybe he could have cut towards the sideline, like behind 5, and like taken it to the
I
pylon.
don't think so because the second he got it, he would never have made that. Because 5, I mean, gets pushed back incredibly
Who's the
quickly.
one guy we watched that broke every tackle?
I didn't say.
Yeah, he would have scored there.
Picks and spreads. I'm not totally sure. I'm super low on Egbuka. He's not a crazy prospect, but like Jordan Addison is pretty good right now. And like, how does he compare to like Jordan Addison's game?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I dislike him. I'm definitely not like, oh my God, Egbuka needs to go super high, but I'm not out on him as a first round pick yet, I would say.
I don't dislike him.
I don't dislike him either. I haven't watched him in a minute, though.
He does have the Ohio stamp.
That he does.
Ohio State receivers have a damn good track record.
So
adding Noah Brown to that list 7 years into his career is crazy.
Just gonna take it on the fade. Honestly, may have been able to draw a holding penalty here. I feel like the corner kind of yanks him.
Oh, he totally does.
Yeah. So that's another vertical route where I would have to declare him the winner. No fancy release here. Just but they don't look at it. Instead, they
he
have to
does kind of have
score.
that effortless speed.
Am I scared for Saturday? What's on Saturday?
I believe Arizona State plays Oregon.
Oh, I could not care less. I am not scared.
I could be wrong, and that's not what he's talking about, but I think that's what he's talking about.
People throw them in the same conversation as Neighbors. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put them in. I think Neighbors and Odunze are potential dominant forces.
It's a good block.
That is a good block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got after it.
Reminds me a
Yeah, he
little
sustained
of,
it for a long time.
Devontae Smith.
He did.
Although his guy did.
Bama. Yeah, but the back probably should have taken that outside.
The back.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah. 24 is getting knocked back. I could see that argument.
I mean, it does end up being his guy, but it's like, 10 yards down the field.
Yeah,
it's
it's not-
pretty.
Well, really, who
Holds it
makes this
pretty
tackle
long.
is the deep safety. I mean, the deep safety is the one who clearly brings him
Yeah.
down. And then as he's falling, he kind of runs into the guy that he was blocking. Yeah, that's not the he didn't get annihilated or anything. He's like at least losing slow. If you're going to lose. A little slant at the top. Ball going somewhere else. Jaden Daniels, LSU L22. Oh, my God.
He's nasty.
He's a Raider.
Why?
Antonio Pierce.
Oh my god.
Man.
That is crazy how we were like, yeah, bro, Jack Jones is a Raider, and then the very next day he's a Raider.
Well, Antonio Pierce coached him at ASU. He saw the generational talent.
Apparently he coached him in high school too.
That may have also been the case with Jaden Daniels. Was he a Long Beach Poly alum? Here's one where like the hitch route, he still gets a ton of separation because he's so fast.
Yeah.
And like no one is.
Man. That was also not the greatest mirroring by the corner or anything.
No, right here he should be settling down.
He's full stride when Franklin stopped is a tough one. Oregon football, another run.
You have the third wide receiver recruit.
Oh.
All right, well, he's wide open there again over the top. Got cover two where the corner needs to either the safety or the corner needs to pay better attention. I don't. Well, I guess not because Bo Nix isn't even looking that direction, so the safety's not expecting him to really throw it across the field. But too bad because he is wide open. And again, it's like there's only one safety over the top. It's like, why not take a glance?
Like he is the perfect guy to hit these kind of hole shots too, because he's so fast. He can just blow past the underneath guy. And it gives you
and you can get him really quick. I get and the thing is he's been really, I feel like, quick with his releases. He's not like chewing up a bunch of time. It shouldn't be too hard to give him a look, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like he's been open on basically every time they've sent him deep. I feel like he's won or like had vertical separation. Here they're settling him down and letting the slot guy go vertical. Which does not work.
I was in my best vertical threat vertical, in my honest opinion.
Running. Why are you running?
Come on. I mean,
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's a really good route and
Yep.
really good catch.
I'm like, this is a textbook. Get your guy the ball look.
Yeah, that's a gutsy decision by Texas Tech to leave him one-on-one like that with the speed that he's shown. And yeah, just nothing fancy with the release and no steps except for the one at the break point. Really, just a quick. And then as a tall guy to go down low and behind to get that.
Yeah.
Does he bring that in?
I think he does.
I can't quite tell.
Looks like he does.
This angle should be clearer. Yeah.
Certainly it's on camera.
It's a great slant. I mean, we can see enough from here. He gets real low to get that, and as a taller guy, that's not easy to do.
Not a great throw, but brings it in.
There you go.
Horse collar, throw the flag. All right, now you're starting to get him the ball. I think that he was grabbed on his back and like this is one of those drop tackles the league is like thinking about banning. And honestly, that probably could have been a horse collar flag to get him here.
Yeah, that's a dangerous way to land, but
Yeah.
just another look like this, man.
Yep. Who wins?
Why? I don't know why you don't take that.
Bo!
What? Throw it.
Bo, what are you doing?
Where is he looking? Not over there.
See.
Yeah, I think he's looking up at the tight end.
He does glance in his direction for about 0.1 seconds.
Yeah, he does right
Yeah,
there.
bro.
I don't know why they're not living with those shots. I don't understand
He
what more.
wins, like immediately. Like, I feel like this is a look in Madden where you're like, oh yeah, I'm taking this shot no matter what.
Oh, it's totally a look in Madden where you're looking at it no matter what. I'm just trying to think is there any more nuance that I'm missing besides like single high?
Here's
Your best
I
players
think
going up the sideline. Like, why not?
I'll say this: Bo, when he looks, he does. Franklin is like even with him, and
But if
granted, you
he's
should like the look. Yeah, you should. If he's even, he's leaving. I don't disagree. But that's what my guess is that Bo saw that he was even and said, "No, I'm good." That was the wrong choice, but that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I don't know if he thought maybe the safety would get over there. Like, there wasn't enough of a.
I don't know, man. He's lined up basically at the hash. You have like 20 yards of space to put this ball.
Yeah, if you threw that as soon as if it was just go throw it, at least I think you would have a very real chance to get there if you put it. I don't know. I'd like to see him throw it, but it seems
That
it
should
seems
be
like
one
he can
hitch
create
out.
the. Yeah, I don't know.
Should be one hitch and gone, man. I can't believe that.
What do I think about Ewers most likely staying?
think he needs that.
Yeah, it wasn't a great year to improve his draft stock, so I guess that makes sense.
He's got it within him to be a first round pick.
Yeah, look at Bo Nix. He.
Oh my god. Oh,
That's not him.
I'm just saying, is this that running back again?
Yeah. Yeah, the running back is sick. Bucky.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Whenever I've watched Oregon, he's just been.
dude. He's like standing a little funny at the start of that play, like pre-snap, or am I?
Yeah, no, you're
God,
not
that's a
tripping,
disgusting
bro.
run. Got that canine
He's got this hands.
posted up.
That's
Bro's
pretty
frozen.
sick, man.
Blood hasn't moved in 20 minutes. Oh my god.
Yeah, so he's ignoring what the running back is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
I mean, he's just bracketed there.
yeah.
I don't. I'm not gonna.
Still
ignore
a pretty
the running back.
nice
I mean, there was a dude at the line of scrimmage, man.
I still kind of like this route from Franklin though, because it's the little corner and then break it off into the post, and he actually snaps that corner's ankles, even
His
though
routes
it's-
have been ridiculously clean at full speed.
They have been nice.
They have been nice. Yeah, and then Bucky, jeez.
Someone decided to steal the film spotlight today.
This looks like a toy.
It does. Well, it's got to be a temporary one, right?
feel
I
like
mean,
I'm
they got all the
watching, like,
construction. They've got like bricks and.
I'm watching one of those stop motion videos.
Yes, it's clearly under construction.
From the pile of bricks that they have laying around,
A
It's a
little
Minecraft.
smoke. Nope.
Minecraft build.
Now you're willing to go vertical. Okay, so why doesn't he have 300 yards already?
sorry, where is he on this play? I missed
He's
it.
bottom. He's getting touchdown again.
This ball needs to be out, man.
Dang, man.
It's-
Bro, throw it to him. throw it to him. He's wide open all the time.
Ball needs to be out now, and he's just standing there, bro.
I'm telling you, man. This receiver class.
It's quite nice.
It's. I mean, I know it's every year, but
Well, it's a lot better than last year.
yup.
Who was the year before that? Was that Chase?
That was London and Wilson and Olave, and
Oh yeah.
that one was pretty good too.
It was only, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, George Pickens.
This class is probably better. I would say.
Yeah.
Because London's got, like, you think of the ball skills that London has. It's like Rome Odunze's got those, but he's a better athlete. And he's better after the catch. Maybe he's not quite the route runner, but man.
I was going to say, London's a pretty good technician, man.
The top here, still think he's wide open, honestly, if you were to hit him on that slant.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's good speed. Double slants.
And they're just hitting that.
Just throw a screen, throw into the flat. Is that him?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Should have been.
Well, yeah. Honestly, even again, I wouldn't hate that if you took a shot to him in that situation either. Other there that the guy is on top of it until after he throws the ball.
But it's out breaking.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly probably would have run right by 18, but
Yeah.
That's not the most egregious one we've seen.
no, it's not.
That one's forgivable.
On that deep corner, Texas Tech sniffs it out. Really no chance to target anybody. Deep over, I mean.
Block.
All right, I better. Oh,
My friendship with Oregon's offensive play call is over. I guess they have a pretty good running back.
they're losing this game. They should be winning.
Franklin should have like 3 touchdowns.
Well, there he got locked up.
Yep.
That's a good rep of coverage.
Kind of gets hands on him and
Mm-hmm.
sort of
She's
takes
able
a
to
lot
run
of
with
steps
him.
to turn around. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really seen him fight through contact at all.
Yeah, because guys have been so scared of the speed. He's either blowing by guys or they're getting depth, and he's just like running underneath. Here's one where it's a little bit more physical. Yeah, I would like to see a bit more of a. He doesn't even really get moving backwards when he breaks here. Like he cuts, but just kind of stays in the exact same
Yeah,
spot.
he does.
Yep, he does that. So he's chopping and he's like turning, as opposed to.
It looks like he almost stopped, like right. There's something that is presenting.
It looks like he slides a little bit.
Yeah, and that kind of keeps him from
So let's do
driving
this a little
backwards
bit
towards the quarterback.
You see, he raises his pads here. He breaks down here, but
It happens on this step here. I think that his foot slides right here, and then this step is used completely to prevent him from falling instead of going anywhere. And then he just kind of can't work back.
Yeah, I think he's been good on like the.
He's been good running
single
routes before
break
that.
routes.
Yeah.
We've seen some good route breaks.
There again,
Breaking down and like cutting on a slant or on a post is different mechanics.
Again, I would say he could let that thing go.
Come on, man.
Jeez.
Have some
It feels like he's not going 100%.
Like look, you can see him at the top
of
the.
Yeah. He's got time if he wants to throw that.
I know that weak side safety stays down.
It's almost like
One
Nick's
side
just
safety
like
takes the. Ooh, I don't know. That'd be a hell of a throw. Just because guys would recover, there'd be about 3 people there, but you could.
Well, I guess here's the thing is like he is like 25, 30 yards down the field by the time he really starts to like get away, and by the time you wind up to throw that thing and get it down there, I mean, you're asking for.
Yeah, and it looks like the
65,
design
70
here is to
throw.
get it to the running back, like he's moving to his right. I think that when he winds back, the running back is ideally wide open with no one in front of him. Like that's the design of the play. And then it's not there, so then there's a check down for him. So really, he's just kind of clearing out for that leak. It looks like, and just not really part of the
clear out.
He's just not part of the progression. But it's like again on these, whenever he's asked to go vertical, it's like he seems to put some distance between him and the guy trying to run with him.
Not uncommon.
It seems like the type of game where it's like they're kind of letting you take that shot, and they just haven't. You get kind of a box coverage. He settles down in pretty much the right place in zone.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be a tough throw to make.
Yeah, kind of low reward, high risk throw, but
and he gets more
not by any fault of Franklin.
No. Another little spot concept. Someone in the flat, someone settle down. Ball's not to me. Let's go block. Solid.
Jeez, he's only 20?
Really?
That's crazy. Well, let me see when he... February 6th, 2003.
03, baby.
So he'll be 21 when the draft happens.
Pretty young.
He is.
He's not getting much hype for a prospect. I wonder if there's a chance that he comes back. Because he probably could be pretty... Here's one where he drops one, though, against cover 3. Try to take that whole shot. He tries to extend and kind of nab it out of the air. Surely we'll be able to see the catch. I mean, we can see it on this angle.
Yeah.
Trying to work back to the ball. High and outside. Can't. Not the easiest throw, but
does that go over his?
no, it hits
hands,
him in the hands and it's
I
deflecting
can't
off.
quite see.
I can see it.
either.
It is bouncing off of his hands. He has to lay out, but it could have been nabbed. It could have been ensnared.
Yeah, Theo, your footage is probably clearer than what Matt and I are looking at.
Yeah, probably. Spread out. Just take advantage of the underneath space.
Yep.
Good throw and catch, not by him. Another option. We do not care. Now you want to take the shot.
Right.
Wrong guy. Where was this in the second quarter?
Seems fine by Franklin. Doesn't really. Sure, he probably could have thrown it to him.
He knows he's not getting the ball. Him and Bo Nix aren't tight like that.
This route, you see it so much in college. I feel like with all the receiver prospects that we've watched, we see the little China concepts, like even more than the NFL, where the outside guy settles down and you get the one-on-one shot with like a slot corner or a safety.
Mm-hmm.
Washington literally spams this play to Odunze and their wide receivers. They spam it over and over and over again. I love it. I think it's an awesome play.
Yeah, it's probably more effective in college.
Why does that work?
Why does it work?
Yeah.
Well, you get man or zone or something where, well, the number 1 stays underneath. And if he holds that boundary guy, like it happens here in man.
So then that just gives the guy who's inside more room to work towards the sideline, basically.
Yeah, and you get a shot to the boundary against someone who's maybe not a boundary player. You know, like slot guys can be.
Gotcha.
You know, it's not their game. Safeties, it may not be their game to play like that as much as it is like a Pat Surtain type or something. So you get a mismatch. Kyler loves those. Like that's kind of the Kingsbury vision.
So, like, Blaiden, you were saying you didn't think that'd work as well in the NFL. Why is that?
Because I think the NFL has put more emphasis on getting like high level slot players. You look at Witherspoon and Kyle Hamilton, but like you're playing Texas Tech. What are the odds Texas Tech has a high level slot corner?
I agree. You could do this with, like, if this is a Dunze and that's some nobody from Eastern Washington, like it's a little bit, it's a lot higher percentage than if it's, you know, an NFL player. And I think in college, if you just are a good team like Oregon or Washington or whoever, like you can kind of play low percentage ball because you're so much more talented.
Yep.
This is what I like. I like small running backs. I'm small running back pilled because they just can squirt through little gaps.
I think I've been small running back pilled since I was like 10 years old and had Maurice Jones-Drew on my first fantasy team,
bro.
dude.
I am
He killed, man. He was awesome.
Aaron Jones, like, versus AJ Dillon. I'm small running back pilled. Watching Derrick Henry with no contact balance try to squeeze through tight gaps and just falling on his face. It's like, I just want someone tiny.
God, imagine how good Derrick Henry would be if he was 5'8". I wish.
We can dream.
So this is a catch for him.
That's good.
And this is just a nice like pick
A
play.
successful pick play. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really good one. Really helps when you're
So,
getting them to pick each other and you're not the one.
I love the little video game like hop. Like, oh,
what?
from the
Oh.
safety. He just
Trying to jump over his
Boing.
feet or something.
boom. I don't
Khalil Shakir is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Khalil Shakir is
What?
being. We need to free him. He could have been Puka Nacua.
So true, man.
Man, we're getting pretty late in the game. They're still losing, man.
I know.
They're down 9.
They're down 9.
Third quarter.
Do you know how many deep shots you've had to Franklin that you haven't thrown?
It's because they're trying to build the whole offense around like option plays.
You could have.
When they could have just obliterated this man coverage team with better players down the field, I
Oh
think.
my god.
Yeah. That's what I would have done.
Why didn't they just obliterate them? What a
That's
run.
my play
Good.
call.
Bucky,
Jarvis.
him University. 11 can't quite finish the job. He got off to such a good first step. I thought he was going to blow it up and then just kind of stalls. And then Hodges running with that. Look at how much forward lean he runs with.
That's all. I always love guys who do that.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like he's going through that whole like shoulders well in front of everything else, and guys are just sliding off of him. He's going to be seedy, but better in every way with small hands. Does he have? Is this Troy Franklin?
If Troy Franklin has small hands,
He doesn't remind me of seedy. I'll say. Well, I don't know. He seems more of a deep threat.
Brennan Cooks.
Here's a good block. Sustain, and he sneaks by him.
That's what we like to see.
CD's such a monster. He's really top 10 right now. Like really top 10. Like
CD's
potentially
nice.
top 5.
Oh yeah. He's
Got
been
the dog in him.
him and Dak have been on a tear recently.
CD is just like I've said it before, like the measurables and just when you watch Jerry Rice play, it just kind of feels like he just kind of looks like CD out there. Obviously, I don't know if CD will be able to do this until he's 40, but like I just kind of imagine like the overall smoothness and like the arrogant hands and like the versatility in the slot and outside. Like CD,
Dak's gonna win 4 Super Bowls with CD, and then Trey Lance is gonna win 3 more with CD, and then
his releases are nasty, football logic, and this week was such an awesome week because all the Giants played was like one-on-one man coverage, so we just got to see him like in sandbox mode against these corners, and he just went off.
Mm-hmm.
Where he is, he's gonna try to pin someone down.
hey,
Gets a good shot at him.
He's a willing blocker. You
Yeah,
can put his little bullet point on his.
He's been good off ball. Like he's a future Falcon because he's been blocking and he's been been drawing like some extra attention with like down the field.
3 elite players who draw an insane amount of attention and 1 lucky free agent wide receiver who gets to catch the ball.
it's Tyler Algier and Scotty Miller. These are the
And John, who's the number 1.
Dude, that's so
Johnny
funny, man. That's so awesome.
He is not the decoy. running
Thanks
mesh.
for
He's
joining
wide
me.
open again on the bottom of the screen running the deep out.
Yeah.
Pretty smooth. That was a nice. He's wide open again. Looking like he
Damn.
might block and then accelerates inside.
Yep.
Bro's just toying. He knows he's not getting the ball. He knows.
I guess I can't be mad because they all get up. Just too many. They've been setting. I see what they've been doing. They've been like pitching it to Hodges over and over again, and like getting it to him out on the perimeter. And he has gravity here.
Yeah, look at this play.
Boom, Bucky Hodges
Nasty.
gravity.
Troy better than Harrison. Come on now, man.
Be serious.
Yeah, maybe if Troy was doing all of this and also being like elite physicality clearly, and also displayed the potential to be like the greatest contested catch receiver ever, then he would be.
And then also like, I don't know, on the GOAT team and
Yeah,
Hall of Fame
Maybe,
dad.
maybe
and
if he lived and played in Columbus, Ohio.
yeah. CD's like taking the mantle for Devontae Adams of just like best breaking receiver in the league, just the nastiest route runner. He's got a real argument for best route runner right now. He's been nuts.
It is kind of crazy. In theory, I could just walk to Marvin Harrison Jr.'s house
And say, you are Marvin Harrison Jr.
you are the greatest. Wow.
They got another tiny running back. Oregon is small running back pilled. Wow, these guys are all little, it looks like. 1-on-1. Hey, there he's not wide open.
Yeah. I feel like
Not-
that's the first time we've seen him give like a dance at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is a little too dancy.
He's done that before. That's not the first
Yeah.
time we've seen him do that. Just the corner actually played it well this time. You see
Yeah.
him like instantly kind of open
Right,
outside right here. So he's mirrored
much more
perfectly.
patient coverage there.
Yeah, just reads it well. Reads it really well. You see that? I mean, that's kind of that perfect mirrored footwork that you look for right here. Stride for stride. So good job by the corner.
Shout out.
No one has 100% success rate. It's been pretty good for him so far today, but that one, the corner wins. And what is the running? Where is he traveling?
The world may never know.
I didn't realize that this was going to reverse field. Get the block done. Not really. Okay. Throw him a fade.
No. And
I get that. I know that fades are statistically bad plays or whatever. I just wanted to see it. And that's the end of the game.
Did they win?
It looks like
they must have, right? Their only losses. Is this from last year?
no, this is 2023.
Well, then they won.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't seen our little scoreboard in a while. They're down 3.
Oh, they ran because they're kicking the field
yeah.
goal.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I should.
How
How do you
attention
think
to field
JC
goal.
Horn is going to look on CD? Is JC back in his first games against CD?
Oh man.
JC is not necessarily the best to man up like that. I'm assuming that game's going to
isn't
be.
he? That was like his whole thing coming out of college.
I think they've been a little bit more zony with him sometimes, man.
I feel like that is because if you're calling man, like a lot of times everybody has to play man, and he's the only one that can do it.
Fair enough.
I feel like they're
Fair enough.
zony because
Fair enough.
yeah, but that's still true, of course. So, and against CD, you're probably not going to want to play man at all because there's a
Micah
chance.
Parsons is going to do horrifying things.
So I thought Troy looked pretty tantalizing in that game. Like he ran routes, he looked fast. You couldn't quite
Really
see his
fast.
hands, but he made one really nice low catch. Couldn't quite snag one that's up. So it didn't necessarily look like this physical beast. Like,
But it
you know,
seems like you
seemed
always
pretty
hear about
smooth.
like, oh, this guy's such a burner, and then it's a coin flip whether or not they're just fast and nothing else, or just fast and then they've got the complementary skills. So where you're like, okay, this guy, the release package is there, and he's nice on his brakes, and he can be deceptive in his route running and all of that stuff. And it seems like he displayed like a good amount of that.
Yeah,
So
I thought there were some times where, I guess in terms of like route salesmanship down the field, it wasn't so great. Like there weren't a lot of like, oh my God, what a dig. Oh my God, what a. But there were those moments like when he was bracketed, he kind of ran that corner post where he snapped that guy's ankles in on the slant. Like that was a really smooth break.
I thought on the slant when he sort of like drifted outside and then cut back in, it was got the defensive back sort of stepping back towards the sideline. I thought that was good.
Yeah, so he definitely flashed as a route runner to me in this game, but didn't quite have a diverse route tree. That just really wasn't the game plan in this
Yeah.
one, to just drop back, straight back, and let these pass concepts cook. It was a lot of option. It was a lot of blocking. So definitely some projection based on what we saw from him in that game. But certainly could be a difference maker. I wonder if he doesn't start getting some real first round hype, if there's a potential for him to return to school, because if he's only 21 and he has all these physical like he's fast and he's 6'3", and it's like he could maybe cement himself as a
But
higher draft
and
pick
I
than
have
this.
no idea about Oregon's quarterback situation. I wonder if Bo leaves, if he's like, I don't want to stick around for a new guy. I'd rather just go pro.
Yeah, I could see that being the logic as well. But at Oregon, they might have a great recruit coming
Yeah.
in. It's not like they're at a program where they can't recruit
Yeah.
some really good people or get someone in the transfer portal. So who knows what he'll do? That's kind of reckless speculation. I would say in terms of ranking everybody so far, for me, I think Harrison is clear number one. I think that he's really the only way to stop him is if he drops the ball himself, like just elite physicality, elite tracking, hands, and flexibility to make catches kind of, down, low, and up high, and in all sorts of ways, and contorting your body on the sideline, running through contacts. The breaks are all clean. Like he's pretty much there with everything. So he's number one. Coleman looks pretty special. Like he might be my number two. That's subject to change. Neighbors looks like a beast. He's probably like he could rise up and make some crazy catches, and he looked a little bit more polished as a route runner than Coleman. Just maybe not.
Yeah.
So Neighbors looks really well-rounded as well. Adunze, I saw a lot of banana-shaped routes, and just kind of the offense, like we talked about in this stream, is like really vertically oriented, and there's no pro team that quite relies on deep shots like that. But his yak look incredible. He's a freak athlete. He's great at the catch point. Like he looks like a number one. So I feel pretty good about all those four, and I'd probably rank them now like Harrison, Coleman, Neighbors, Adunze. But man, take your pick. They all looked like pretty legit big play threats.
Yeah, you could take your pick as whoever you want as your second guy.
Yeah. And then Leggett might
I
be in
believe
that
in him,
conversation.
man.
Like he's
I believe in him, man.
I
I
am a-
do.
I
I'm
am a
kind of
Leggett
bought in,
believer.
dude.
He's got a nice route runner. He's a freak athlete. He's got flexibility and has made some really insane snags. Like his speed is
He's
super
on
legit.
an ugly offense though.
He's in a really ugly situation now. Like he could have some untapped potential. He's kind of a boomer bust.
The Chiefs need this guy so bad.
Yeah. Leggett is 23. Even with the 23, like he's still pretty. The late breakout, yeah. I don't know. He looks pretty good to me. I know that the statistics say like he's not the profile you typically want to bet on, but to me, I would feel
can see
silly.
the world where he goes second round because of that, and then we all look back and be like, "Oh man, we should."
I think late breakout is okay for a receiver. I think
typically
you
it's not. Typically, it's really,
really?
not. Yeah, typically
Mhm.
late breakout with a receiver is kind of a death sentence, honestly.
Don't care.
So I guess
Gamecock. Don't care.
So I could see Leggett kind of being that game-breaking type, you know, at South Carolina with all the athleticism. The Debo comes to mind, you know. So
Is he the next Debo?
you're definitely going to hear it a lot. But it's hard not to be reminded. He's like this thick, crazy like athlete. I don't know. So those are probably your potential like game breakers. I think Egbuka is more of that Jordan Addison type.
And sort of like complimentary type dude. I 100% agree. But I think he's really nice, man.
And then I think Worthy is kind of more the complimentary type as well, as a deep threat. I think that he's good. Like he's a good deep threat. I just view him as more of a complimentary piece instead of just one of those rare wide receiver one type dudes. So he's not on the same level of the others.
I don't know.
think I like AD Mitchell a little more than him, but I think that they're both pretty strong prospects. I don't see like bust with Xavier Worthy at all, like I saw with Quentin Johnston or, you know, some of these other receivers where it's like there's some real huge issues here. It's just like I'm just not totally sure what the ceiling is. I haven't watched anybody that I just don't like yet. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Because AD Mitchell looks good too. And then Franklin.
I'm still kind of in wait and see mode. I felt like his route tree was not super. Like how many, I don't want to say real routes because the deep routes are what he does, but I don't know if he's a 1 or not yet. I say would be my opinion. And I kind of want to see him do a little bit more.
Reminds me of when Corey Coleman came out of Baylor and all he ran was fades and slants.
And like he didn't get any contested looks really.
No, we need to see a lot more from Franklin.
I think I can give him a pass for like the couple of drops that he had this game, but you got to see more. Like if that showed up on other games, and it'd be a real concern.
Right.
So there's still some question marks, but like I think I've seen him in like the 4th round of a lot of. I think that's where PFF has him. I don't know about everywhere else. I think I'd definitely take a chance on him before that, just with what I saw today. And
Yeah,
he's legit fast.
Yeah, he's legit fast.
I don't care what the 40 time says.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it could have been a huge day for him today. And I think like if you're open all the time as a wide receiver, you're got to be doing something right. And today, even on the limited routes, I would consider him open all the time in this tape. So if he's open all the time in all the other tape, then he's good. If this was just kind of a game plan thing against a kind of a cover one middle of the field closed pre-snap type of.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like if it was just kind of a one-off and they just kind of played him badly, then I don't know. So.
Oh.
I'm trying to see if PFF has tracked his drops by chance this year.
I'm sure they have. I'm on the Stay Hot Chrome, so I'm not logged into my PFF account. Yeah, PFF.
They've tracked.
They have some wild tracking.
Yeah, they've tracked him with 8 drops so far this year.
That's a lot of drops. It's a lot of them.
Yeah. He's had 2 games each.
How many have they tracked Marv with?
Marv? That's a good question.
If I can ask.
Marvin Harrison Jr. 6. 3 of which came in the Purdue game.
One of which came against Michigan State, I believe.
Yes, they did track one against Michigan State.
I believe he had one against. I wonder if he had 2 against Penn State.
They tracked none against Penn State.
I don't know if I trust that. I swear on my life he had one. I swear on my life. I could be making it up.
Look, drop stats anywhere like can be kind of a.
Did you? That was like your very
PFF
first thing, man. The Larry Fitzgerald stuff.
That was one of my first takes. My first takes ever were. I remember the first videos that I ever made. One was on Michael Thomas and how he was overhated. I think that was my first video ever. If you scrolled all the way to the bottom of my account, I think it's Michael Thomas prop is what got it all started. And then I did a takes people aren't ready for video, and it was Saquon wasn't worth the number 2 pick. Aaron Donald is the GOAT defensive player. Rings are not a quarterback stat. Playing all the hits. Running backs don't matter.
Rings.
Rings
It's a
aren't
team
quarterback
sport,
stat.
I believe.
Team sport.
Which, you know, at the time, there weren't as many people talking about that kind of thing. Now it's kind of common knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think there was one more in there, but it doesn't really
Take me
matter
back
what
to
it
the
is.
Michael Thomas debates, man.
Yes.
The good old days.
That has been a completely fruitless agenda.
This is why I'm giving up on the Harden agenda, dude. There's no point. Dude, there's no point.
Yeah.
It's never going to turn around.
I'm
or
never
anything,
giving up on the
but
Matt Corral agenda.
Yeah,
Some
there's-
agendas just suck. And the painful ones were Michael Thomas because he was amazing and then he just kept getting hurt. Odell was horrible. Like, because when he was on the Browns, I was a big, like, Baker is the problem guy. And a lot of people is just like, Odell sucks now. And I said that he was amazing. And then he was about to win Super Bowl MVP. It got hurt.
He was.
That hasn't been a fun one to push.
Oh, you know, probably the
Rashad Penny.
Rashad Penny is up there for you, dude. I think the single least fun agenda Stay Hot has pushed is J.K. Dobbins.
JK has been a really,
God, man.
like, just injuries with all of these players just makes these agendas
Believe the
horrible.
Felipe Franks agenda.
The Felipe Franks was an awesome agenda because he stayed around a whole year longer than he should have, and he turned into a tight end. That was a really easy agenda because it should have been over a long time ago, and it's just kept sticking around. What other agenda? Obviously, the anti-Dolphin. Really, a lot of the agendas I'm pushing this year have been bad. This hasn't been as good of a year as last year for me. But
It happens. It happens.
those have been the worst. That's how I feel like Leggett is just a bad agenda to push. Like, I can feel myself doing it, but I just feel in my bones that he's going to just get hurt and it's just going to be like, I don't know. Literally all gut feeling.
You got to say that. I don't know. I just have a bad feeling. about
I
this
literally have a
guy.
bad.
He's
I
gonna get
literally
hurt.
have a bad feeling
It's like a
about Leggett.
Scooby Doo episode. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Just have a bad feeling, man.
I
Anyway,
guess that's fair.
that's all. That's all.
That's
I
all,
got.
folks. Yeah, I think next week we'll start with edge defenders. But we'll have an episode coming out Thursday morning. We'll be chatting about some football, as per usual, with our one basketball segment. But until then, thank you all so much for tuning in. And until next time, we will catch you on the flippity flop.